Hi, this is Imi Mac with channel IT Quality for You, and today I will discuss the Istqb CTFL sample test. I will briefly discuss the questions, answers, and a brief explanation. So the first question is deciding how much testing is enough should take into account. Level of risk including technical and business product and project risk, project constraints such as time and budget, size of testing team, size of development team. So the correct answer is C, which is where 1, 2 are true. Level of the deciding how much testing should be done should be based on the level of risks and the project constraints such as time and budget. It should not depend on the size of the testing team or the size of the development team. Question 2 is test planning has which of the following major tasks? Determining their scope and the risks, identifying the objectives of testing, determining the test approach, reviewing the test cases, determining the exit criteria. So the correct answer is A, where we have test planning determines the scope and risk, identify the objectives of testing, determine the test approach and exit criteria, whereas 3 is false. Question 3 is evaluating testability of the requirements of the system are part of which phase? Test analysis and design, test planning control, test implementation execution, evaluating exit criteria and reporting. So the answer is test analysis and design. So test analysis and design phase deals with reviewing requirements and evaluating their testability. So question 4 is one of the fields in the form contains a text box which accepts alphabets in lower or uppercase. So identify the invalid equivalence class value. So we have certain options given and the correct answer is D. So actually the equivalence class in this case divides into text box accepting alphabets in lowercase, uppercase or mixed form of cases, but D is invalid because it also includes a number as well. So question 5 is in a system designed to work out the tax to be paid, an employee is £4,000 of salary tax free, next £1,500 is taxed at 10%, next £28,000 is taxed at 22%, any further amount is taxed at 40%. So which of these groups of numbers would fall in the same equivalence class? The answer is D, because as you can see in the explanation, I have divided into 4 equivalence class, 4,000 with tax free, 4,001 to 5,500 tax at 10%, 5,501 to 33,500 tax at 22%, and 33,501 and above is taxed at 40%. So only D is the option, 5,800 to 28,000, 32,000. So these 3 numbers fall in the same equivalence class, which is the equivalence class 3. So question 6 is which of the following is the highest level of independence in which test cases are designed by person who write the software under test, designed by person from a different section, designed by person from different organization, or designed by another person. And the correct answer is C. So a person from different organization designing test cases have highest level of independence. Question 7 is we use the output of the requirement analysis, the requirement specification as input for writing user acceptance test cases, integration level test cases, unit level test case and program specification. So the correct answer is user acceptance test cases. So actually requirement specifications are used to write user acceptance test cases. Question 8 is validation involves which of the following? Helps to check the quality of the built product, helps to check that we have built the right product, helps in developing the product, monitoring tool wastage and obsoleteness. So the correct answer is B, where only 2 is true, that validation helps to check that we have built the right product. Question 9 is which of the following uses impact analysis most? Component testing, non-functional system testing, user acceptance testing, or maintenance testing. So the answer is D, where maintenance testing uses the impact analysis most. So question 10, we have been given a table in which there are conditions, a certain set of rules. And the question asks, what is the expected result for each of the following test cases? So A, Citibank card member holding a silver room, B, non-Citibank member holding a platinum room. So based on the test case, answer is D. So you can see that Citibank card member holding a silver room, then we will have to offer upgrade to gold. And if it is a non-Citibank member holding a platinum room, then we don't offer any upgrade. Question 11 is repeating testing of an already testing program after modification to discover any defects introduced. Is it retesting, confirmation testing, regression testing, or negative testing? So the answer is C, regression testing, because regression testing is the type of testing which is done to ensure that any change in the software code or module doesn't break the existing functionality. Question 12 is impact analysis helps to decide how much regression testing should be done, exit criteria, how many more test cases needs to be written, different tools to perform regression testing. And the answer is A, where how much regression testing should be done. So question 13 is function system testing is the testing that system functions with other systems, testing that the components that comprise the system function together, testing the end-to-end functionality of the system as a whole, testing the system performs functions within the specified response times. So the answer is C, testing the end-to-end functionality of the system as a whole. Question 14, we have been given a transition diagram of switch. So which of the following represents an invalid state transition? Off to on to off, or fault to on? So the answer is fault to on, because we cannot go from fault to on, we can go from off to on or on to off. Question 15 is peer reviews are also called as inspection, walkthrough, technical review, or formal review. And the answer is technical review. Question 16 is consider the following statement. 100% statement coverage guarantees 100% branch coverage. 100% branch coverage guarantees 100% statement coverage. 100% branch coverage guarantees 100% decision coverage. 100% decision coverage guarantees 100% branch coverage. And fifth is 100% statement coverage guarantees 100% decision coverage. So the answer is D, where 2, 3 and 4 are true and 1 and 5 false. Because as you can see from the explanation, statement coverage said to make sure that every statement in the code is executed at least once, and decision coverage is said to test that each branch of a decision tested. That all statements in the both false true branches will be executed. Question 17 says the kickoff phase of a formal review includes the following: explaining the objective, fixing defects found typically done by author, follow-up, individual meeting, preparation. So the answer is A, where kickoff phase explains the objective. Question 18 is match every stage of the software development lifecycle with the testing lifecycle. So high-level design, unit tests, code acceptance test, low-level design, system test, business requirements, and integration test. So as per V model, we know that high-level design maps to system test, code maps to unit test, low-level design maps to integration test, and the business requirements maps to the acceptance test. Question 19 is which of the following is not phase of fundamental test process? Test planning and control, test implementation execution, requirement analysis, evaluating exit criteria and reporting. And the answer is C, requirements analysis is not part of the fundamental test processes. Question 20 is which of the following techniques is not a black box testing technique? State transition testing, LC SAG, syntax testing, and boundary value analysis. So actually the correct answer is B, where LC SAG is not a black box testing, it is a white box testing technique. Question 21 is success factors for a review include: each review does not have a predefined objective, defects found are welcomed and expressed objectively, management supports a good review process, there is emphasis on learning and process improvement. And the correct answer is A, where 2, 3, 4 are correct and 1 is incorrect. Question 22 is defects discovered by static analysis tool include variable state are never used, security vulnerabilities, programming standard violations, uncalled functions and procedures. So the answer is A, where all 1, 2, 3 and 4 are correct. Question 23 is test conditions are derived from specification, test cases, test data, test design. And the answer is specifications. Question 24 is which of the following is true about white and black box testing techniques? Equivalence partitioning, decision table and control flow are white box testing techniques. Equivalence partitioning, boundary value analysis, data flow are black box testing techniques. Equivalence partitioning, state transition, use case testings are black box testing techniques. Equivalence partitioning, state transition, use case testing and decision table are white box testing techniques. And the answer is C. Answer is C, where it's equivalence partitioning, state transition, use case testing are the black box testing techniques. So question 25 is regression testing should be performed every week after the software has changed, as often as possible, when the environment has changed, when the project manager says. So the correct answer is C, where 2 and 4 are true and 1, 3 and 5 are false. So 2 and 4, like regression testing, should be performed after the software has changed and when the environment has changed. Question 26 is benefits of independent testing. Independent testers are much more qualified than developers. Independent testers see other and different defects and are unbiased. Independent testers cannot identify defects. Independent testers can test better than developers. And the answer is B, where independent testers see other and different defects and are unbiased. Question 27, there is a code snippet given and the question is minimum test required for statement coverage and branch coverage. And the correct answer is C, because to have the minimum test coverage for statement coverage should be 1, where for the, as you can see, there are 2 branches, so the branch coverage is 2. Question 28, there is another code snippet and minimum test required for statement coverage is, so it's B, statement coverage is 1. So question 29, the structure of an incident report is covered in the standards for software test documentation IEEE 829 and it is called as anomaly report, defect report, test defect report, test incident report. And the correct answer is D, test incident report. Question 30, which of the following is the task of a test leader? Interaction with test tool vendor, write test summary reports, decide what should be automated, create the test specification. And the answer is 1, 2, 3 is true and 4 is false. With test you does not have to create the test specification. Question 31 is features of white box testing techniques. We use explicit knowledge of the internal workings of the item being tested, use specific knowledge of programming code to examine outputs. Checking for the performance of the application also checks for the functionality. And the correct answer is A, where 1, 2 are true and 3 and 4 are false. Question 32 is which of the following is a part of test closure activities? Checking which planned deliverables have been delivered, defect report analysis, finalizing and archiving test fare, analyzing lessons. And the correct answer is C, where number 2 is false, defect report analysis, where 1, 3 and 4 are true. Question 33 is which of the following will be the best definition for testing? The goal purpose of testing is to demonstrate that the program works. The purpose of testing is to demonstrate that the program is defect free. The purpose of testing is to demonstrate that the program does what it is supposed to do, and the testing is executing software for the purpose of finding defects. And the correct answer is D, where testing is executing software for the purpose of finding defects. Question 34, which of the following is not a type of incremental testing approach? Top-down, Big Bang, bottom-up functional implementation. And the correct answer is Big Bang. So because it is the approach in which all software components are combined in once, and then the unity of different modules and then tested as an entity. Question 35 is drivers are also known as spade, test harness, scaffolding, and so we have A, B, C and D, and the correct answer is C, where 2, 3 are true and 1 is false. So it is called test harnesses and scaffolding. Question 36 is exit criteria may consist of thoroughness measures such as coverage of code, functionality or risk, estimate of defect density, residual risks such as defects not fixed, verifying the test environment. And the correct answer is B, which is 1, 2, 3 is correct and 4 is incorrect. Question 37 is which of the following helps in monitoring the test progress? Percentage of test case execution, percentage of work done in test environment preparation, defect information, size of testing team. The correct answer is B, where 1, 2, 3 are correct and 4 is incorrect. Question 38 is the selection of a test approach should consider the context, risk of failure of the project, hazards to the product and risks, skills and experience of the people in proposed techniques, the objective of testing endeavor, and the number 4 is size of the testing team. So the correct answer is B, where 1, 2, 3 are true and the 4 is false. So testing approach should not depend on the size of the testing team. Question 39 is in case of large systems, only few tests should be run. Testing should be on the basis of risks. Only good test cases should be executed. Test cases written by good test engineers should be executed. And the answer is testing should be done on the basis of risk. Question 40, last question. The provision and management of a control library containing all the configuration items is called as configuration control, status accounting, configuration identification. I think those are misprints, so it's a configuration management here, but the correct answer is configuration control A. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, do subscribe to my channel, and I will put more videos related to Istqb and IT quality. Thank you so much.